Welcome back to another episode of my Mariners YouTube franchise series. I appreciate you watching. My name is West Coast 22. It's the start of year 7. We had some moves in the offseason. We didn't do too much. This season should be a lot more active with trades, as we have a lot of guys that we need to kind of make choices on and redo our farm system. The bottom of our farm system is not good, and we need to reset that. We need the next crop of players coming through. So before we go into our lineups, though, we do have a couple of caps to add that were added through my live stream. So we're going to add them now. One is going to play for the Blue Jays. He wants to be a left fielder. I think, man, they have a lot of left fielders. Holy crap. Can I change anything else? They have a lot of center. Let's steal one of the center fielders because they're pretty garbage, and I'll just switch their position. So let's grab this guy. Deep potential. Who cares? So let's change him. The name, Albin. I don't care. And the last name, Alomar Jr. So it seems the theme is to keep bringing in the legacies. Again, he's 18, primary left field, and then he wants to be third and first for secondary. It is what it is. It's what they want. The attributes, we all know we do a random generator from 85 to 99 to see what his potential is going to be. Mr. Alomar Jr. is going to be a 93 potential. That's where he is going to sit. 93 potential for Mr. Alomar Jr. And he is going to be done. So we go to left field, and there he is. Among the other 8 potential, Douglas Gaston is Mr. Alomar Jr. Now, the other one is a random team. He doesn't care where he's at. So we are going to randomize. I know you guys can't see it, but my eyes are closed. I promise you. And we're going to stop in 3, 2, 1, stop. And he is going to be a Philadelphia Philly. And he wants to be a shortstop. And we're going to take this nerd, a deep potential, and we're going to change him up. It is going to be Will. Don't care. And it's going to be Hate Some. Like the old XFL, he hate me. That's what we got going on right now. 18 years old. Then the attributes. For Mr. Hatesome, 96. We add some more A potentials to the squad here. And I'm going to take out random so I don't forget. And it's going to be PHI so I know where they are. I do need to change this, though. He wants to be just the infield. So that's fine. Okay. And we go to shortstops. And there he is. Mr. Hatesome. A potential. 18 years old for the Philadelphia Phillies. So we have our caps added. Now we need to go to our situation and set. What? Get out of here. And we need to set with who we want to do. So our rotation will be Sheffield. Probably going to start with Gilbert here. Renee, 4.13 last year. 3.85. Cabrera, 3.71. So I don't really think it's too big of a deal. I'm probably just going to do this. 2 and 3 can be righties. And then over here, we only have 2 lefties. One's going to have to be middle relief. One's going to have to be set up. It is what it is. Priester or McCocken. Let's do McCocken in long relief. Oh, I have Hancock. What am I doing? Hold on. What am I doing? Rene Rodriguez. He's been a starter, but we're going to put him long relief and see what happens. We can move around these guys all we want. So this is not a big deal. Priester, Calzado, and Buck Bale can be here. Bruce Villegas and Jim Donald. Villegas has had 2 pretty solid years. Jim Donald bounced back last year and had a better year. So we'll see. But that's going to be the rotation. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Lineups. This is where things are going to get interesting. We have some choices to make, but it's probably going to be the next video, which is going to be the trade deadline. We'll probably roll this first episode of the season and see who's performing and see who we needed to trade for the next trade deadline. So, versus right-handers. I think we had Wilkerson last year, but he ended up hitting 240. Marte ended up hitting 236. Again, this is another situation where I just feel like we can just move people around constantly. Ty France hit 272 last year. Ty France is going to hit 2. Kyle Lewis is going to hit 3. Then J-Rod. Kelnick can hit 5. Man, our left here is brutal. Evan White's fine. Dom T is fine. Do we want Shed Long to play over Gonzalez and Wilkerson? That's the question. I think to start, we'll give Shed a chance. Shed's somebody that at 31 years old, he might be on the trade block as well. He makes $13 million this year, but he's 31. He's going to start to regress soon. 276 last year, though. You can't ignore that. So let's see if he can keep that up. We'll put him on the bottom, and I kind of like that lineup here. Ruiz hit 22 bombs, so he might move up a little bit as the year goes on, but we will see. DH, who are my outfielders here? Who's the worst defensive outfielder I have? Yeah, I mean, Kyle Lewis has a noodle arm, but I mean, it's not a terrible arm, but okay. So here they're sitting Dom T, which is, I think, the right move. So Marte, France, Lewis, Julio Kelnick, Evan White, Ruiz, and Shed Long, and then Justice Sheffield. Against the lefties, this is where we go now. We need someone to play first base. Against the lefties. All right, who against lefties do we want in the lineup? That's question one. Dom T still has that contact. I'd like to see Dom T there. The problem is we just don't have any outfielder that can play first base. So Dom T is kind of on the outside looking in. He cannot play first, which kind of ruins things, which means the only option that we pretty much have is Ty France, and that's it. And if we move Ty France, we can move Shed Long around, and then someone else can play second. But again, it comes down to who do we want to play. White, I mean, we might. Jason Wilkerson is not playing against lefties. 64, 64, 66, super average across the board. I mean, I guess we bring in Nick Gonzalez and move France to first base, bring Gonzalez in, and move France to first. Gonzalez can play second. Yes. And Shed can play third. So, not ideal. Not ideal. But it is what it is here. Kelnick against the lefties. Probably going to boot him for now. I mean, it kind of stinks, but 63 and 48, bro. Come on. Dom T is a better option. I don't like platooning Kelnick because he's just going to get worse with lefties, but man, it's just the way that it is. It's just the way that it is. Ruiz can move up. Man, 3 average hitters in the bottom of this lineup. Oh, Benitez is not going to lead off. No. But not going to lead off. Let's just lead off with Marte. And that means Benitez is going to move up one at a time here. Probably hit 5th. And see if we can get those power numbers up. Then Dante. Okay, that looks a little bit better. DH, Dom T. So it's Marte at short to lead off. Ty France, Kyle Lewis up, then J-Rod, then Benitez. Dom T's out. Nick Gonzalez comes in, but again, we got to switch him around with Ty France and then switch him with Shed Long. All right. There we go. I think our lineups are set. Here, AAA. That's a big no. We'll kind of set this stuff. I don't want to set this right now. All right, so we will go into scouts and everything and make sure we're good there. So contracts, scouts. Make sure we have everybody we want. The Central looks like it's kind of weak, but there's really nothing else there. So we have one from each. The East, we have the better one. All right, so our scouts are good. Our scouts are good here. All right, so we're okay. So let's take a peek here. I don't want to look at that map because I just don't feel like it works out very well. Pitching is, I think, a big thing for us. Relievers. So I think we're still in the exact same thing as last year. Pitching, our catching's good. We still have Bateman. For our first base is fine for a while. Second base, I don't really have anybody super great. Heinrich and Mr. Isaac are both people that I'm not a big fan of. We did get Barry Mitchell last year. We need shortstop help, kind of. Marte is 24, but I'd like to get somebody. And then the outfield. Wow, so really, the only place that we don't need anybody is first base. Wow, okay. All right, well that's not trying to play games, bro. Scouting. We are not going to get one of these top picks or the top blue chippers because we didn't make it. So, hey, it's about that time. We are going to go through some scouting. Y'all know the drill. I'll be back with you when scouting is done, and we'll see where we are record-wise. We'll see where we are injury-wise, and bring you right to draft day. Hold tight for a few seconds. Right back with you. All right, we are back. 33-23. Yes, it looks good, but it would have been much, much better. Look at the last 2 weeks that we've had. We were rolling. 3-4 this week. Now we've lost 7 of 8. So the last 2 weeks, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we're 3-11 the past 2 weeks. So we were 30-20, or 30 and about 14 or so. 30-13, we were killing it. Now all of a sudden, we've dropped off and can't get wins. But it is what it is. We're 33-23. The Astros they're just too good. They're just too good. So our only hope is really the wild card. But the American League is really, really good. If we look at the National League, come on. 29-26 is 2 games back. 29-20. Well, I guess 29-26 is 2.5 games back here. So 2-8. We're 2-8 in our last 10. We were just killing it. And now we're struggling. So we'll see if that turns around. But it is draft day. We have one more game to go with D-backs here, and then it is draft day. So we won that game, so that's great. We have the number 18 pick. And we do have this comp pick because of trading away Eric Swanson. So we do have another pick here. So that's great. Not really what we were trying to do, but it worked out. So our first round pick here we go. We have a bunch of 80s. They're not all fully scouted, but we're going to have some options here. So Tyrone Dietrich, pretty decent. The 60s, the 60s is still good, but for a first round pick, 60, 65, this guy's going to be okay. But maybe not a first round pick for us. Carmine Feliciano. Don't like the 50 hits per 9. Don't like the walks per 9 being too low. Not a big fan. Richard Cho. Little better. Very much better. 80 overall, 70 hits per 9, 65, which is above average. His home runs per 9 control is up. He throws hard. So, and look at that stash. I mean, come on. How can you not like a guy with a stash like that? He's 18. He's a couple of years out. So Richard Cho so far is our guy. But of course, we will keep looking. Lefty here. Man, this is a interesting option too. Don't like the 55s. I mean, it's average. They're not going to be bad. Only 3 pitches. Velocity's perfect. K per 9 is elite. Stamina is elite. Hits per 9 is good. And he's a lefty. But, man, oh, man. Don't like the 55s. Don't like the 55s for his per 9s. Cho has 2 65s, and that's his lowest. So I still think Cho's the better option here. Cosmo Guerrero. Pretty average across the board. Rodney Chavez. His hits per 9 is god-awful. That's terrifying for a starting pitcher, so that's going to be a no. Gary Whitman. Again, these guys are not fully scouted, so I am taking a little bit of a risk here by not completely fully scouting him. Gary Whitman is really interesting as well. He's ready this year or the next year. I believe it's next year. Elite hits per 9. His walk per 9 is great. His velocity is great. His break is great. His home run per 9 control is a little bit low. But, man, compared to Richard Cho, pretty comparable. Pretty comparable. Gary Whitman, and he's a lefty. I think Gary Whitman has the lead here. He's got 4 pitches. Cho has 3. That's not ideal. Fastball, and curve, and that's it. I think Whitman has the lead here. He's 18 years old. And so is Cho, but this guy's a lefty. Whoops. This guy's a lefty. Hits per 9, walk per 9, velocity and break are really our top of the line. So I think Gary Whitman is our top option for right now. We still have some stuff to look at. Ryan Myers for a closer. Pretty good, but not as good. Abraham Jones. Very good. Very good. But he's 22. He's not as good as Whitman, considering he's a lefty and he's 4 years younger. But I do like Abraham Jones, though. Charlie Shaver, good contact, average to above average, kind of throughout the board. Pretty solid, but still not better than what we have so far. Todd Anthony, 55s to 65s, and he's a righty, no. Damon Minor, a right fielder, fully scouted, pretty average. His speed's up there. That's why he's up there. Marcos, now it's just 75. So I really think that our best guy is that lefty. I think the best guy is that lefty. So I think we're going to go with Gary Whitman here. I think he looks like the best option. He throws 99 miles an hour. This guy throws gas. So I think we're going to pick up him. A bunch of 80s. Again, if we get screwed like we did last year with Jacob Gee, I mean, what can I do? I'm looking at the scouting. This is the best guy. This is the best option based on what I can see. His scouting accuracy is not full, so I hope we don't miss with that. That would be unfortunate. But I'm going to take Gary Whitman here as our first round pick and hope that it works out. Round 2. And, I mean, I liked Richard Cho as well, right? So it might just go pitcher heavy here. I don't see anyone else that is ideal. Man, we're going to have to go guessing towards the end of the draft. That sucks. Carter Riddle, starting pitcher, no. Ernesto Escalona. I like his power. He's a first baseman, but he can also play right field. I like his power. Nothing else is great, but his power is ideal. His power is ideal. Henry Varela. Wow. His power is average to below average, but everything else is pretty freaking stellar. I might target him in with our comp pick if we can. High contact is good fielding. His accuracy is not the best, but he's fast. Varela might be an option here. But I think that Cho is a better option as of right now. Vaccaro, we already looked at. Myers was good. I mean, he's not elite, he's not top, but I kind of liked him. Above average and elite all the way through. Well above average. Man, so I think it comes down to who's better out of these two. They're both far away. Myers is 20 years old. 265 and a bunch of and 470s. 165, 160. 270, 75, and 80. Wow. So this is actually pretty even here. Ryan Myers has a high injury risk, which is super unfortunate. Dietrich allows some home runs, but I think Dietrich takes the lead because he has that injury risk is kind of scary. So I think Dietrich is the best one right now. We already looked at Myers, don't like him. Shaver, not a big fan. Chavis, not a big fan. Gomez was good, but those 55s are scary. Richard Show, I think, is the way to go. Even if he's got just two fastballs and a curveball, I don't like it. I'm not really sure how that plays out in simulation, to be honest with you. I would assume it doesn't play out super crazy. I mean, Feliciano's good too, but the 50 hit per 9 and the 55 means he's going to walk a lot of people. Control is great. Control's well above average, but I don't like those 55s for a starting pitcher. So, oh man, do we go Cho or do we go Dietrich? Oh no. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We picked up a starter last year. We picked up a really good closer 2 years ago. Man, this is going to get me a bit. Dietrich's 21. The only thing I worry about Cho is his 3 pitches, but I don't know if that sims that way. You know what? We're taking the stash. He's 18 years old. He has a lot of playing time. If he ends up not doing well, we'll just trade him. But you can't pass on that stash. So we're going to grab Richard Cho here, and then we're going to hope that Dietrich or Valera are available coming up. Those are our targets. We're going to grab Richard Cho here. Shaver's gone, and it looks like both of our guys are still here. Dietrich and Valera. Valera's pretty solid. I do need some outfielders. Myers is still here too. So Dietrich, Myers, and Valera are the 3. These guys are not fully scouted. Scares me a little bit. I think we're going to go with Dietrich and hope we can get some luck here. And then Ryan Myers and Valera are who we're looking at. I don't think either of them went. Myers. There's Valera. Both of our guys are still here. Wow. Wow. Cecil Gomez, I think we've kind of... I mean, he's good. Again, good. But I don't like the 55s comparatively. Minor, we don't like him at all. We already crossed them off. So really, it's Valera and Myers here. And I think because we already got Dietrich as a starter or in the bullpen, even though his injury risk is high, I think we go after Valera here. In the third round, which is pretty damn solid to get in the third round, I'm not going to lie. And Ryan Myers is still here, so that makes it an easy choice. We get Myers as well in the 4th round. Holy Lord. So we might not have to guess a lot after all. Wow. We kind of got who we were looking for here. Fully scouted. Even this guy looks decent. Robbie McGrath, another outfielder, looks pretty decent. He's fully scouted. Really good power. Average vision and discipline. A really good fielder, and he's fast as well. Yes, he's only 70, but I don't care. Those are really good. And if I know what I'm getting, like this guy could be 79 potential and then work his way up. So I think we're going to go after McGrath here as well. I'd rather not guess if I don't have to. And this guy looks pretty solid. So we're going to grab McGrath and grab back-to-back outfielders here. And then most likely going to have to finish up with a guess in round 6, which is fine. Navarro, yes, we know what we're getting, but We already got 2 outfielders. Maybe we can guess with a shortstop or guess with a couple of these pitchers. Average. Escalona off the top of my head looks like a guess. He's lefty. He's ready soon. And pitching, we look at drafted. Who have we already got? 2 pitchers, 2 bullpen, 2 fielders. Nothing in the middle. But there's really nothing left here. I mean, we have some 65, some third basemen and stuff like this. Omar Nivar, 20 years old. Don't worry about the scouting. It's not going to matter. I think we go with this lefty here and just hope and see if we can hit some pitching. And yeah, I think we're going to do that. He's 21. He's ready quicker. So if we hit, that's great. Everyone else, especially the infielders, 22, and they take a while. 25. He's ready soon, but he's 25. 23, and he's ready in a couple years. I mean, Nivar is interesting. He's 20 years old. And he is ready in 2 years. Do we need a shortstop? No. Middle infield is definitely something that we can kind of push out, like Luke Murillo. But that guy's the bottom. I think we just go pitching. I think we go Escalona here and just pray. So Nivar. So we need to keep an eye on Nivar and see what he turns out to be. Because that probably would be the other guy that I picked. Nivar and Murillo. Both shortstops. We're going to grab Escalona here and hope we can hit a pitcher. Actually, we can just look right here. 69 in C for Nivar. And that's because of his speed. I'm okay with that. And the last pick in the draft, Murillo is a bust. Okay, so we're good. Could I check my players here? Yes, I could, but we don't do it here. I just wanted to check. So let's leave. Let's go here. Sign a draft picks. Can we hit a few people? Please, for the love, can we hit a few? We have not gotten anybody above a 90 overall since year 3, and that was Jim Donald. And it was because we were really bad, so we were guaranteed it, pretty much, with those blue chippers. But on our own picks, we have not hit anybody above a 90. We have 3 90s. So let's see here. Year 7, the draft picks. Hey, wow, dude, I will take that. We didn't get any 90s, but look at who we hit. 5 B potentials, 4 of them are above 85. Varela was the 70, and he ends up being an 81. Yes, his speed is high, but it's a leadoff hitter type. Look at Gary Whitman, who's 67 overall, 85. His overall is going down, but his potential is going up, and that's a very big deal. That's a very big deal for him. Potential up is good. Richard Cho, overall down, potential staying pat at 86. Tyrone Dietrich, 88. Potential going up. 62 overall. I will take that. Henry Valera, we already looked at. Potential going down. We may have missed with him a little bit, but it's okay. Ryan Myers, another closer, another B potential. Our potential going up for being an 86. Robbie McGrath. Somebody else that's kind of the same boat. Good power, good speed. Not that much of a contact hitter. C potential. It's not going anywhere. But it's 79. That's not bad. If we can start getting him up, we can get his potential up a couple points. Escalona, we tried. Didn't work. It's okay. But no big hitters. But I will take consistent 5 B potentials, 4 of them 80 or higher. So I'm happy with this. A pretty good stinking draft. We hit 2 pitchers, 2 closers. The 2 outfielders we didn't really hit, but hey, it's all good. As we look around here, good Lord, the Marlins took everyone and hit 1. kind of. Phillies didn't do well. Nats didn't do great. Cubs hit 1 and then missed. Reds hit 2. Brewers 388s. Ooh, Damon Minor. Speed. That's another one of the guys we were kind of looking at. France, Randy Chavez, a 94, Robert Mills, 85, 86, Abraham Jones. Charlie Shaver ended up being an 86, good contact. Padres missed. Giants only had 5 picks. Patrick Etheridge, the other Escalona. Cosmo Guerrero was someone else we were kind of looking at, but again, just speed. Feliciano ended up being an 84. Okay. Don't feel like we missed, though, still. Blue Jays hit a second baseman, and that's about it. Bill Hutton. Esteban. Wow, a late shortstop. No, speed again. Man, they need to do some better jobs with not making the high potentials all speed. Cecil Gomez ended up being an 89 with those per nines that I didn't like. He ends up being an 89 potential. I just didn't like his per nines. It's scary. Pretty freaking scary. 89, 94. Royals didn't hit until the very end. I mean, Polito, I guess, is pretty good. Twins blanked their whole entire draft. The Astros didn't particularly do well, which makes me happy because they need to suck for a bit. Franco, 93. A's, 93. Mariners. Okay. So really, nobody higher than a 94 in the draft. So this draft class, overall, there was really no top-end talent. But we hit our 7 players. We miss on one, kind of miss on a few outfielders, but I will take that potential-wise. Kind of refilling the farm system a bit. I'm happy with it. So that is the draft, my friends. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you look in the description, Twitch and Twitter. Come check me out. Come follow me. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch I believe this is episode 27. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. Peace.